And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Minecraft. And we have been busy working on the walls. Look at that. Oh, glorious. One little quick change I thought of is putting glowstone underneath the anvil. I think that will work really well. I like to light up the facade a little bit so it's not so dark. And it just sort of emphasizes the point a little bit. So, yeah, anyway. Doing a quick change there to shed a little light. And another quick change we're going to do is get some brick stairs here and work on putting these down. Now, when it comes to stairs, I know a lot of people struggle with trying to place stairs. And the general rule is two things dictate how stairs orient themselves. And one is where you're looking on the block. Okay, so if we take a block, for example, here, if you're looking at the bottom half of the block, you're going to get a block that's, or a stair that's normal. If you're looking at the top half of the block, you're going to get one that's upside down. Um, even if you're above the block, let's do this way up here, and you do one up like that, you're still going to get an upside down stair. So orientation doesn't make too much of a difference when you're just right side up or upside down. Where you come into play with your orientation on left and right is how you want it to face when it's done. So if we go out like that, if I go out here and place one on this, I can place one on this side or this side, and it's going to be upside down. No, sorry, it's going to be right side up, and it's going to place it as a corner because it detects that you're placing one sideways against a stair that's already here. If we take this and place it like that, it's going to look normal until we put one here, and then that one's going to connect automatically. So you can do it that way and place it, right away. This is going to be a little bit tricky in here. Just kind of go off like that. Okay, and then this little corner. So yeah, there's a lot of quirky stair work in this, in a lot of builds. And the more comfortable you are with them, the better. So get some practice in there with some stair work. And then go around. This is one of the entrances. There's three main entrances to this. So this is another set. I'm thinking about changing this up as well. And then that one. So right in here, I was thinking about tweaking this, maybe adding a corner block here. I could make this a corner quartz block. If I get some quartz stairs and I break this one and I make that, instead of going sideways, I go in like that, it'll make that a corner block, which will tie in pretty nicely into the side there. So little things like this do a pretty good job of tying your build together. Let's do a little bit more of these. I can do more of these off camera. There's quite a few of these to go around. So you just wrap the bottom in stairs. It kind of gives it that anchored to the ground look. Sort of very solid. All right, the other big change, I know when I was setting this up, I was like, oh, we got to do something special to the back. I want to do sort of like a little chapel or something back here. I don't know what you would call it in this style of build, but we're going to try our best here. So this is not going to be an entrance. This is sort of the back of the cathedral. So that is my corner right there. I want to bring this out. Let's bring this out 2. And then let's try. So that's essentially, well, it's essentially 3. So do 2. So if I lined this one up right there, so I don't need that. And I don't need that. So that's 2, no, not 3, 2. So there's 2 and 2. Now we got to try to round it out. So I'm going to take the exact middle here. Now, how far out do we want to go with this? I think right there. Give ourselves a little gap. And we're going to want maybe a 5 wall back here. Something we can do a good window on, I think. And then like 2 on the side. And then, oh, maybe 3 on the side. And the other ones can be just diagonal, like that. I mean, that's not the best circle in the world, but, you know, it is what it is. We're going to roll with it. So, and I'm going to run out a brick. Oh, give me that back. Like so. And then let's see, obviously that is removed. And while the floor is like brick and then pretty much throughout, we'll eventually be adding like carpets and stuff. So that should be pretty nice. So I want to get in here. Let's look in here. There's the cow. I've been trying to figure out where this cow is for so long. You are going to be breakfast, lunch, or something.
Delighted meal?
Yeah, delighted meal. What? Oh, I thought I had the faster drill update in here. Okay. We were working on this. I just want to make sure that's where we come out. Okay, is indeed. So this comes out, and then that comes out too. If you want to grab some quartz and put a layer of quartz on the top of my little oval here.
Almost done placing the anvils.
Oh, that's right. You were working on the anvils. The glowstone conversion project. Okay, and then one all the way through. And another one. And then one more back here and there. Bingo. So this will be just like a little cutout here. We'll have quartz coming out, so it'll be a wall of quartz, and then quartz coming all the way out. And then back here, yeah, that'll be fine. That'll work really, really well. Just as a little bit of a difference here. And we can put a little design in on the window in the back here and have a little light coming through. Okay, so let's see. Now we want to work on the main entrances. So once you come up with the design, you know, you're going to want to kind of finalize that design. Also, these pillars here, let's quickly give you the basics of these. I need a little bit of quartz. So I'm going to lay one of these out, and then we'll build a bunch in between episodes. We'll finish them off. So chiseled. I want some stairs. Oh, I forgot some stairs. Pillars, and then close on wall. Okay. So these are essentially like the internal load-bearing supports for the structure. And we're going to want to make sure these are good to go. So we are good on height. Now, the bottom is going to be all quartz, because that's going to get wrapped in, yeah, it's going to get wrapped in quartz stairs, so you're not going to really see much of the underlying quartz out of that. Okay. Now, the corners of this are going to get the pillars. Okay, now inside, you can do a lot of things inside, but in order to break up the texture and the brightness, so it's not so overwhelmingly white, I put a cobblestone wall in between as a sort of, you know, I mean, it looks solid, sort of, and it's, you know, the cobblestone wall is a little bit thicker than, say, a fence. So it's a good option for the pillars. So that is the basics of the support pillars. Now these are going to be way taller. This is not the final height of the building. There is a lot more to go. We're just kind of doing this step by step in hopes to get everybody, you know, building again. So that is the pillar. That is going to be repeated exactly like that on every one of these ones that have quartz on the top. So a lot of pillars are going to go into this. All right, now for the entrance here. And a lot of people ask, you know, why don't you put like glass in there and stuff? Again, I'm kind of walking through the basics of getting a structure like this. However you want to customize it, tweak it further, by all means, try that out. One of the things I like in builds like this, depending on how big I'm building, is, you know, if I'm off flying, if I'm off exploring places, I want to be able to come into the house and get to where I need to go quickly and not have to, because if I'm coming in from this direction over here, I'd have to swoop all the way around to go through the door versus just flying through the window and coming right in. So it's, you know, it's all a matter of personal taste. Do it however you want. Okay, so if let's first, do I have quartz stairs? Why did I put those quartz stairs away? No, let's do Q. It gives them to me. Okay, so you and you are going to need to convert into corners. Okay, so if I'm going to walk up this, I've never really done it this way. No, I don't want you sideways. No. Okay. Do that. And then maybe a chisel on the top. Nice little subtle design there with the chisel. But that sort of limits what I can do elsewhere. So if I want to put in like some design, some window design above here, we're kind of limited now on what we can actually do. So I'm going to rethink that pillar action. I want All right, so how do we want to do the front entrance? Well, first, I think we definitely need some quartz in here. So let me put a bunch of these away. And let me grab some quartz. So we want to line the sides of the windows so it separates the window from the main structure of the building. And then let's give ourselves, first we need some quartz stairs. So if I want 2 on each side, because you know it's a doorway and we're only 2 blocks high, so it's not like we need a super lot of space. Sort of like that, and that gives us a nice big area above the door to possibly do a design. So if we come in here, we could come in and do, let's say, I want to do something like, so we want to mirror that. So that can be like glowstone, and then if we want to come in, I really didn't intend this to look like an X, so let's something like that. And then behind here, I want, why is it every time I need a block, I had just put the block away? I don't understand how I can do that. Okay, so the glowstone can go right there. And maybe a piece of black concrete right, perfect right there. So it kind of, I mean, that black concrete is so dark. I mean, you really can't see. It looks almost like like you're looking into a void or something. And then let's take some cobblestone wall, put it on the side like this. And then do some bars here. So behind that, I would like, let's see, I would like black concrete to break up the quartz color. Because when it's all one big quartz color, it's kind of annoying. So again, this is just the basics. If you wanted to further design it, I mean, chisel is a part of the pack. I'm not using chisel just because there are so many thousands of different things, different combinations that you can use. It's really, really hard to decide, like, oh, I want to use this or I want to use that. And it's completely a matter of personal preference. Like, absolutely a matter of personal preference. Maybe on this side, we can even design it to be even cooler. Turn these like that. Oh, I really would have thought that would have gone in with glowstone, but I don't know. Again, it's personal preference. But it just allows you to, you know, we've got those broken up there. Maybe, yeah, maybe let's remove the bars because we've got lots of bars going on, and I want the entrances to have a different feel. So I think that black concrete kind of brings that out, where you've got that pattern going all the way around, and then you've got this nice little entrance going in right through here with a little pattern. And then you just basically, you know, mirror that. You can even do different patterns for each doorway. So again, it's all matter of personal preference. It really is from here on out. So yeah, once you get all of that done, if you're building along at home, get all these pillars put in, all of that stuff, we'll come back next episode and start on the tough part. Yeah, there's a lot of building left. This building is going to be enormous, but it will look so cool when it's done. All right, well, that'll do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.